Right, guys, how's it going? Welcome back to All for United. This is another post-match reaction. Ollie's tricky Reds have gone to Sheffield away and picked up all 3 points. It was a little bit nervy towards the end, but we've got there. We've got 3 points. We're still in the title charge. No tactics, just vibes, and a massive, massive chance at winning the Premier League. How are we feeling, everyone? Get in the comments. Let us know how you're doing today on this fine. I don't even know what. It's a Thursday night. We're getting used to playing on Thursday nights. We're getting used to winning on Thursday nights. This is a fantastic feeling. I'm buzzing. Hope you're buzzing. Leave a like on the video if you're happy that United have won. If you're not happy that United have won, well, like the video anyway, because why not? Joining me, I know what you're thinking, comments. What's Ben doing here? What's he doing? What's he doing on a post-match video? Well, unfortunately, today's been a very what's the word? A hectic day of organising guests on All for United, as you would have known from the pre-game. But Ben has come to save the day. Ben, what did you make of our performance, and where did you think the game was won?
Well, first of all, I'm sorry to take the cape off of you because we know that you like to wear the cape. And yeah, no, all good though, all good. I'm really happy with that today because I thought we had a solid spell from the first goal. So when was that? About the 25th minute, all the way through to the 75th minute. Well, I thought we played really, really well. Maybe played some of our best football of the season. I thought we looked lethal. Ollie always talks about when he's talking about how he wants his Manchester United team to play, it's always emphasis on speeding up defense to attack, making sure that it's fluid and we're moving the ball fast and we're getting forward quickly. And I think we saw that in abundance tonight. I thought Bruno Fernandes was sensational. So we need to talk about some of those passes, lads. Honestly, he was utterly out. I'm going to use Barry's favourite word, utterly outrageous at times today, Bruno Fernandes on the ball. And it just makes me think about, so I'm spinning off here, makes you think about what we'd do if we had a world-class number 9 and an actual winger coming out on the right-hand side, coming inside, because some of those passes, they just deserve better quality on the end of them. But all in all, slow start, everyone grew into the game. To a man, I thought everyone played really, really well. And look, as I said before we came in, points mean prizes, and we've just picked up 3 points. And that's all that matters right now. So yeah, very, very happy.
Of course, points do mean prizes. Barry's also joining me, and the second comment, is what I want to ask you about, Barry, because Paul and Bruno together played very well. Ben's talking about Bruno and how good he is. That's nothing new to us. But how good was Pogba today, did you think?
Kartik, I'm sorry, but the reception, both you and Ben are crackling terribly, so I'm going to kind of wing it. I'm not hearing you guys very well at all. But as Ben said, it's all about the result. We're looking well placed in the league. Our away form is absolutely sublime, but we never make it easy for ourselves. And I don't know what it is that we can't play for the first 20 minutes of the game. And I think that whilst it's up to the players on the field, I can't fathom the coaching that is going into the way we approach the first 20 minutes. And if we don't get this right, there are some teams that are going to absolutely punish us. But having said that, it's absolutely phenomenal how we've been able to come back. This is 6 away games in a row this season and win from a losing position. So big plus with respect to that. But I don't know that my coronary arteries can take much of this for the rest of the season. These guys are killing me, man.
Leave a like for Barry's coronary arteries, I guess. Right, let's get into some comments then. We'll see what everyone else is making of the performance. Ian's in the comments on Facebook. Ian, make sure to come and join us on YouTube because that's where the party's at. Come and subscribe over there. He says, slow start but turned it around. Lots of slow play at times but pulled it off. Smash leads at the weekend and second place. United. I like how he's ended that comment. Just United. Love it. Ronnie's here. GGMU. Matic and Pogba were on great form. Yeah, I thought Pogba played very well.
I thought Matic, by the way, was brilliant today. I actually thought Nemanja Matic was really, really good. I think he shows you what you get if you have a fully fit Nemanja Matic in the side. I mean, we always know he's always been a slow starter when it comes to starting off a season. He always was at Chelsea, and he has been since he's been here. But when he gets to around this period, he tends to become a soldier in the middle of the park, and he really does because he's first to the ball. He can barge people off of it, win those headers, split up play. And the one thing that I love about Matic is that he can drive the ball forward as well. He isn't afraid to dribble with the ball. Even if he loses it every now and then, he's happy to drag it out from between the I suppose, our 20-yard line and the halfway line and bring that ball out at his feet. And I think he makes space for players around him, which I love about Nemanja Matic. And that's why I think he is the perfect partner for Paul Pogba. And them two complement what Bruno, Greenwood, Martial and Rashford then do at the opposite end of the pitch. I think is really, really good. And he was very good today, Nemanja Matic. Very good.
Yeah, I think the challenge with Matic is keeping him fit, and that's the only problem. We need another Matic-style player to bring in. But yeah, no, you make a great point. Barry, I'll come to you on this one because we've got a mention here of Pogba and Rashi. How good was Rashford's goal?
Yeah, we saw the best of Marcus tonight. His pace is electric. He can beat a man. He's got quick feet. Fabulous stuff from him. I thought he was absolutely excellent tonight. And, you know, going forward, we look absolutely wonderful. Pogba was terrific tonight. We need more performances like that from him. But Marcus particularly was absolutely fabulous tonight. I like him coming in from the left-hand side. He's a handful for the opposition. He runs at pace. And we know this. One of the basic principles in football is defenders do not like guys running at them with pace. And Marcus has that in abundance. So he was fabulous tonight. Full marks to him tonight.
Lads, are we slightly worried about how much Rashford thrives off of confidence? Because the first 25 minutes before he had that chance, he was not just very quiet, but even his touches when the ball was played to him, it was very loose, and he just didn't seem like he was there for that first 25 minutes. And jokingly, I put up Rashford's been absolutely useless so far today, because that was the best way to sum him up. He was useless in that first 25 minutes, but then he scored an absolute moment of magic, and from that moment on, he looked like a world beater. We saw the world-class version of Rashford.
Ben, all 11 were useless in that first 20 minutes. We were utterly diabolical in the beginning.
Do you really think I don't think we were useless.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, we were terrible.
Ineffective, maybe.
Absolutely terrible.
I think we were ineffective, but I think
passes together. The midfield didn't get going. I don't know what it is, but I mean, how can you start games like this week after week? You do this
you are
against
right.
some other sides. Do this against the ghastly Liverpool or whatever, you're going to get punished. And again, at the end of the game, I mean, this game should have been sewn up long before the end. There were anxious moments at the end. So, yes, a great result, but the start and the end, not good.
I do agree. We are slow starters, but then again, sorry, Carfo, I should never be a guest on the show. I talk way too much. But then again, Barry, when we play against a team like Sheffield United or even like a West Brom, etc., they're always going to come out first minute, all guns blazing. And we saw that today with Sheffield United. They were just so quick to the ball. They were pressing absolutely everyone. And I think it's tough to put two passes together when you're in that atmosphere. You know, any team would struggle doing that. And we've seen teams this season, including the incredible Manchester City and the incredible Liverpool Football Club, suffer against teams because of how quickly they start games. And I think it's telling that a lot of the goals are coming in the second half of football matches at the moment, because teams can't keep up that tempo and they can't keep playing that way for long periods. So as much as I do agree with you, we are very much so starters, and we were today. I think more what half is ineffective, not so to speak, everyone useless, maybe.
Fair comment to that. But you know what? You can't do this, and you know that they are going to come out of the blocks quickly, and you need to be resolute, particularly in your defense. And both goals that we conceded tonight, I'm dwelling on some negatives. Yes, there were positives, but both goals that we conceded were absolutely abysmal. And
Henderson was poor, wasn't he?
To quote you quoting me, they were utterly abysmal. Very, very poor. And what is disconcerting is that the second goal should never have been, because they were awarded a corner that wasn't. But we're conceding a lot of goals from set pieces. That needs to be sorted out, and that must be sorted out on the training field.
Fair play. Get involved in the comments. These two have been going at it, haven't they? I feel like I've been watching two parents fight. This is what it's like. You know what I love to see in comments? When they tee you up for a plug. Go on, Ben. Answer this question.
YouTube.com/All for United. Come over or search All for United. You'll find us over there.
join us and help us reach 20 plus likes. There's a fancy new banner right there telling you what to do. You don't need me telling you to like the video. It says it on your screen. You should feel guilty if you haven't. I'm joking. Just do that. Right, what else are the comments saying then? Oh, my favourite, Fred Woodward's here. The movement up front was a lot better today. More diagonal runs from Martial and Rashford. Disappointing to concede from another corner, though. On Martial, what do we make of his performance? Because I thought he looked a little bit better today.
Yeah. Well, look, I think the quality of passing was better today from our team. So I think the fact that, as I say, I counted 7 times Bruno managed to get the ball over the top. So I'm not talking about 5-yard passes. I'm talking about 7 times he put beautiful balls over the top of the defence and managed to find a man. It's then the execution of either teeing up the goal from the player, so being the assist of an assister, so to speak, or moving the other way around for him. Barry's really confused me then. I saw 2 of his accounts on the off stream and I've just got lost and I thought I saw 2.
I'm trying to give a second opinion, Ben.
Oh, right, okay.
He's trying to outnumber you, that's what it is.
Yeah, so and then and a couple of times where I felt like Rashford should have scored and Martial should have scored. So yeah, I think I was impressed with the whole front 3, to be honest. I don't think either of them put a foot wrong. Maybe Greenwood was a little bit ineffective compared to the other 2, but he needs games, and so do the other 2. We need to get back into some sort of consistency, and we can only get that by them all keep playing together, and they're improving the more they do play together.
Barry, what did you make of the front 3? And I don't mean my other channel.
I thought that Greenwood had a poor game. Greenwood had a poor game tonight. But the front 3 have got goals in them. And you kind of have the feeling that if one of them or 2 of them don't get you a goal, the other one will get you a goal. They pose a constant threat. So but they need service. And there was certainly very little service in those first 20 minutes. But given the service, fabulous. They really are good. The way we were playing in the beginning, I thought we might be better served by 2 up front. But it certainly came right in the latter stage of the first half and in the second half. And I think if you're a defender, you're fearful playing against those 3 because they all have goals in them. They all have pace in them. Martial had a better game tonight. He looked slightly more interested than he has in recent games. Martial thrives on service. I don't think that amongst those 3, as they are at the moment, we have a natural number 9. I don't think Martial is a number 9. I prefer Rashford coming in off the left. Greenwood ultimately will probably be a number 9 because, when he gets the ball, there's only one thing in his mind. He wants to go for goal. It's, so they were good tonight, although Greenwood of the 3 was the least impressive, but hard to criticize. As soon as they started getting service, we could have had more goals. There was also one good opportunity when Mata had a good shot on his left foot that went straight to the keeper. Couple of interceptions. And I wonder tonight what David Moyes would have made of Jagielka's performance. I doubt that he was showing any videos to his West Ham defenders of Jagielka's performance tonight.
Jagielka. Who doesn't love Jagielka? Probably David Moyes loves him a little bit too much. I've got a wonderful string of comments right here. So, Fraud of the Week, Joe O'Neill's here. He says, beautiful bunch of lads. He loves hyping us all up.
Absolutely.
And then
the internet's working now, is it?
Yeah, it's working now. Yeah. And underneath that, imagine if Mark was there. Whoa! What are you trying to say about us?
I think that's because Brown Knight put up a nice comment above that as well.
Oh,
I think that's what the
and also, I'm Maguire, Ben is Bruno. Make up your own joke. What?
I mean, look.
Are you trying to say I have a massive forehead?
I think he's trying to say you're solid from the back. I make things happen, and Barry finishes it off. I think that was the. I think that's the agreement there.
So many different contexts.
I don't even get a mention over there, man. I'm probably Phil Jones.
No, Barry. What it is, everyone's just in awe of you when you talk. That's what it is.
We don't compare. You can't compare lions to humans, as Zlatan says. You can't do that.
Yeah. No,
on this, the first goal was a shambles. 2 centre halves scared to receive the ball and put the keeper under pressure. What did we make of that? And especially the fact that it was similar.
Can I make a comment about that first goal?
Yeah.
These are not my insights, but on the television feed we had tonight. The pundits were Tim Sherwood and Owen Hargreaves.
Lucky you.
when they analysed that first goal, the comment was made that firstly, you've got your kind of understudy keeper playing. Don't put him under so much pressure in the opening minutes of the game. That should have come from the training pitch. Then if you watch the two centre backs, when the ball is played out, Lindelof is wide, Maguire is narrow, and Maguire puts that ball back. He was criticised that he had no right to put it back to the keeper. He should have played it out left to either Telles or Matic. So Maguire came into a lot of criticism from the pundits with respect to that in terms of putting Henderson under pressure. But make of it as you will, because when the ball came to Henderson, he should have put a foot through it and cleared it.
Yeah,
Again, it was too similar to that Leipzig third goal, where it was just a bit of communication would have dealt with it, and there was none of that. I mean, that is a bit worrying, but I feel like take it in isolation in this one, because it could have just been a case of just a bit of a lapse in concentration. It shouldn't be.
I also think, like Karthik, sometimes individual players make individual mistakes, and I think that's what Dean Henderson did. Like, I think we can overthink it by saying, "Oh, Harry Maguire wasn't confident on the ball and played it to Henderson." Oh, where was Matic? Where was Pogba? Why wasn't Rashford running back and free to receive a straightforward pass from Henderson? Why? Oh, it's all Ollie's fault. Why did Ollie play Henderson? Like, we could make so much of this if we wanted to, but the fact of the matter is, he dwelled on the ball and he didn't put his foot through it, like Barry said. And there's only one person to blame there, and it's Henderson. I just can't get my head around it. And it's the same, like you say, with that Maguire incident against Leipzig. Why didn't he just put his foot through it? Like, why are defenders and goalkeepers just scared to put their frigging foot through the ball? What's with all this playing out? It's time to play out. There's time to boot it into Rose's head. And that's what he should have done.
If that would have been Peter Schmeichel, not only would the ball have been in Rose's head, but McGoldrick would have been in Rose's head fellow as well.
Yeah, good point.
And McGoldrick, as I said on the pre-game show, I told you that XG would catch up with him. I swear he's been on a run of like 5 games where he had a ridiculous XG and he hadn't scored. And I said he was going to score today, and he ended up doing it in the most stupid way. Probably the lowest XG the highest XG. Yeah, the highest XG of them all. Absolute nonsense. Comments, Jacob's casually just telling us who's going to win the Premier League next. Sound. Cheers, Jacob. Starting to warm to Maguire, showing grit.
I thought Maguire was fantastic today again, and I think he has been brilliant the last few games. I was going to say
a lot of people are quick to give him, stick for things that almost aren't always his fault. But I think we've got to say he played very well today. Now, obviously, we'll go into that more on the player ratings. Nice little segue there. At the end of this video, me and Barry will be going straight over to the player rating show, so don't go anywhere after that. Make sure you stay here and watch our lovely faces. And you won't have to look at Ben. It's fine. He'll go away. Unless you want him to stay, then he can stay. Don't know. I mean, I don't want him to stay. That's just me personally. Barry, nobody gives any credit to Ollie. Do you agree with that statement?
Sorry, nobody gives any credit to Ollie. I don't know. Ollie, does he deserve credit? I think that we are showing some naivety from the training pitch. But if you look where the club is, and when the club does badly, the manager gets stick. If you look where we are very, very well placed. And the media are unfair in many respects, because I don't see particularly Lampard and Guardiola getting stick from the media. Ollie is taking the majority of it. And like him or dislike him, he's sticking to his guns. There's no question about it. And United are well placed at the moment. So I think we have to give him credit with respect to that. He's got a plan. He's got a philosophy. He's sticking to it. We don't know what the story was in terms of players coming in and him being allowed or not allowed to get his players. So I think that is a very fair point, and I do think we've got to give him credit where credit's due, because we're well placed. If we lose the next bunch of games, we'll be slagging him off. There's no question about it. But he's got us where we are. We're playing good football. I don't know why we don't just start the game, let the game start in the 20th minute with 1-0 to the opposition every game, and then we seem to start playing. So I do think that's something he needs to work on. I'm sure he doesn't need me to tell him that. And reasonable point, credit where credit's due. We're well placed at the moment. So, yeah, I have to concede that.
Yeah, that was South African slang for Ollie's at the wheel and we're going to win the league. Yeah, that was about right, wasn't it, Barry? Yeah, cheers.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
I'm glad you didn't. I'm glad you didn't. you would have just shut me down straight away. Let's just carry on. Ollie is a vibes merchant, and I love it. He's still evolving steadily. He may fail eventually, but that's life. Go on, Ollie.
Karthik, did you like the bit of spite at the end between him and Chris Wilder?
Yes, I did actually. I saw that, and I was like, "Go on, Ollie. Go on. Go say something. Called him Sheffield. Go on. That'll anger him." Well, that's probably what he did.
What do you think Wilder whispered in his ear afterwards?
You're going to win the league.
Yeah, exactly. Also, Skeptic, my mate, thank you very much. We need 9 more likes to hit our target. So 9 more of you, press that button, little thumbs up. You can't miss it. There, he's even showed you. And also, like I said, it says it on your screen. How do you not feel guilty? I'd feel guilty. In fact, I might even go and log into my account and like the video myself. I'm feeling that guilty. So you watching it, you have no excuse. Like the video. Go on then. We'll talk about, without going too in depth into player ratings, standout performers then. So Ben, pick maybe a top 2 performers of the day.
I'm not just saying this. I actually think after the first, sorry by the way about the strobing in the background, it looks shit. I appreciate that, but this is what happens when you last minute come on a live stream, unfortunately. I genuinely think, to a man, after that first goal in the 25th minute, I actually think everyone played well. Everyone gave a 7 out of 10 performance from then on to maybe the 82nd minute. I think everyone played all right. I don't think there was anyone who was particularly poor. I think Pogba dictated the pace of the game, which is a talent in itself, and I thought he was really, really good. Again, I thought Matic was a standout performer, mainly because Matic hasn't had a really good game in ages, and I think he did have a really good game today. But in terms of quality, look, Bruno Fernandes, I thought he didn't get his goal contributions today, which everyone likes to look at. But watching him on the ball and just some of those passes he was playing over the top, we haven't seen a player do that in years. And he's doing it consistently. And he done it 7 or 8 times today. I thought it was absolutely fantastic today. And again, maybe not the obvious one, but I thought Harry Maguire was brilliant today. He was first to every ball. I didn't think he dwelled on the ball as much as he normally does today. He actually moved it quite quickly. But I think Matic helps him because Matic is always an option there. And the first thing Matic does when he gets a ball is drive it forward, which means Harry Maguire doesn't have to, which makes his life a little bit easier. And you've got to have players around you who complement you, and I think that's what happens when you've got Nemanja Matic in front of you if you're Harry Maguire. So yeah, for me, I'm going to pick out the 2 who maybe won't get the biggest praise and set Barry up to really take the plaudits here with his 2. I'm going to say I was really impressed with Maguire and Bruno today. Really impressed.
Fair enough. Barry, over to you. Your standout performers, without going into too much detail.
My standout performance were Paul Pogba and Marcus Rashford today. So it's always good to disagree with Ben. And my 2 standout performers performed better than his 2.
I completely disagree. Let's have a fight about it. No, I agree. To a man, as I say, I think everyone had a good game, and I think Rashford should take the plaudits. He got the goals. He improved the most through the game, by the way, and looked the most threatening player by a mile. But I think Paul Pogba is, again, when you've got the team set up around him to give him the platform to be able to do what he does best, Paul Pogba's always going to look great. And I think Paul Pogba did look great today, and it's credit to him that he's come through all this shit that's being spoken about at the moment, and he's come through a patch where he obviously had COVID. He wasn't performing very well, and you can't say he's had a bad game in the last 3 or 4 matches, or literally the last 4 matches he's played. I think he's been one of the standout players, so fair play to him.
Fair enough. Any rebuttal on that, Barry?
Sorry, say that again, please.
And anything to say? Anything to add on that?
He's getting hard of hearing in his old age.
With respect to Paul Pogba, some good performances recently. Pogba will always be divisive. You either love him or hate him. When he's on song, he's an absolute joy to watch. Physically, he's a big lad. I'd like to see him throw himself about physically a little bit more than he does. But he just has this ability to, I think Ben mentioned that he dictated the pace of the game. And that is what a top midfielder will do. He will dictate the pace of the game. He can thread a good long pass. He can defend. He cropped up in a lot of different places on the pitch tonight. So I think he had more of a license to roam. And I have to agree with Ben that probably was facilitated by Matic, who put in a really good shift tonight. I thought he played very well as well.
Do you just quickly, Karthik? I think someone put in the comments here about Tellez having a decent game. It'd be good to hear what you think about that, Karthik, without turning into the host. But for me, the only reason why I've not singled him out, because I thought he was sound today, was that there was about 4 or 5 times in the closing 10-15 minutes where the ball was played long and he just got nowhere near the headers that he needed to win. And again, it's just questionable when it comes to him defensively, I think, more than anything. But then also, I mean, the corner, you can say it's his fault or not. That was actually a really good recovery tackle that he made, although it should never have been a corner. So, for me with Tellez, my frailties are, if you gang up on him, you'll get the beating of him, because that's what happened in that last 15 minutes. Everything went through Tellez's side, which came good for them.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it in the last couple of weeks that he's not really made a fantastic start to his United career. And I thought he needed a good game today. And I thought he did have a good game. But I think, again, defensively, this formation isn't going to be his formation, if that makes sense. I think he works best in a back 5 where he has a covering centre-back, or if he has a standout number 6, so in a diamond formation where he has a Matic character to slot in between the centre-backs. So then it naturally almost becomes a back 3, and then he has that cover. I think in a back 4, if we're not playing with the 4-3-3 or a diamond, it's not going to give him the cover he needs to avoid getting caught out, if that makes sense. Because if you commit a man forward, he is going to get caught out. But it's just a case of covering him, and we can't seem to cover him.
There was definitely a better understanding between him and Rashford today, though, wasn't there? I thought a couple of long balls up to Rashford from him, and he picked him out perfectly. I think they're really starting to develop a good understanding, and it's what we want to see, right? I'm sure Barry can hit on this, because he keeps saying United slow starts are giving him heart attacks, and the fact we can't play well over a whole 90 minutes. Well, if we're starting games against teams in the bottom half, or in the bottom 15 with Alex Tellez out on the left-hand side, you want to see him being able to link up play nicely and move us forward quickly, and that's what you're going to get with Alex Tellez, right? So
I think we'll see Luke Shaw restored to the team for the game against Leeds.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, no!
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah. And I would do it as well. 100%. Leeds are an incredible...
He defends better. Leeds play with a lot of pace.
Yeah, but he's not quick enough.
He's not what? Shaw ain't quick enough.
He's not going to be quick enough to keep up with Leeds.
Luke Shaw's biggest strength is how he recovers. And he's going to have to recover quite a bit against Leeds. And they are very... Leeds are very... Do you know what it's going to be like? Watching Leeds do what Manchester United do consistently. They are very fast on the break, but the thing is, with their shape and the way Bielsa sets them up, they're also very solid in terms of stopping teams from breaking their lines. However, if you can break them, you're going to score goals. So it's just about United. Actually, I'm going to say this again, and Mark would be the first to say this if he's going to be on the Leeds preview. We have to start fast. Fingers crossed.
Oh yeah, hopefully. Charlie. Yeah, but he's a professional athlete. Yes, he's going to be quick. Otherwise, he wouldn't. What? I'm not getting into this discussion again. I'm not going into the Luke Shaw.
Why you love Luke Shaw?
There you go. Those are all the reasons why. Would love to get on and have a debate about Shaw. You know what, Ben? You can arrange that. Find Charlie.
Yeah. When are you free, Karthik?
I don't know. I'll have a look. But I can make time for this.
I can't wait to see you embarrassed.
2-hour program.
Oh, bloody hell. Luke Shaw once cut in front of Burger King.
Yeah.
I don't go to Burger King. What's wrong with you? I'm a Mackey's man. Everyone knows that. I just had a Mackey's tonight, actually. It's bloody brilliant. Great watch. Right then, before I wrap up with my closing thoughts, we'll get your closing thoughts. Go on, Ben.
I think Jarvis sums it up nicely here. We won. And that is the most important thing. Those 3 points are massive for us. Look, if you had told me at the start of the season that we could potentially, with a game in hand, be just in touching distance of whoever's in first place, I would chop your hands off. I would literally chop your hands off. And I genuinely feel, even that, and I don't want to tempt fate, even with a defeat, we're still in the thick of it. It's just so tight between top and 10th and even 12th and 13th. Anything is possible here. You get a run of games and you can hit some form and you're right in there. So for me at the moment, I said at the start, points mean prizes. At the moment, the most important thing is picking up points. But let's also not forget today and not ignore the fact that between the 25th minute and the 80th minute, we played some of our best football so far this season. And that is something to excite us all about, because we looked extremely good going forward. And look, the first goal was a horrendous individual error by the goalkeeper. The second goal was from a set piece. Kind of a given that we're going to concede from set pieces, guys, right? Otherwise, we were solid today. We conceded 2 goals, but otherwise we were solid. But what I'm trying to say is, in the second half, they didn't have a shot on goal until the 82nd minute.
True.
We were controlling that game, and we played well. We got the win. We played well, and that's what matters. And I think going into the game against Leeds, yes, we need to up it another level because they're a very good side. But if we can continue this run throughout this period, mate, by 2021, who knows where we're going to be? There's a lot of games to come.
21 in 21.
21 in 21.
Charlie, let's not take the piss. Wayne Rooney build? Stop it. Also, yes, we have seen Kai Rooney signed for United. A friend of mine actually coached him last season.
Oh, really? Does he look like he can live up to the name?
He's 2-footed from what I've seen.
What, in a challenge?
No, he might be because he's got a temper on him. But no, he can shoot with either foot. He's quite good with either.
The Sun's going to get onto that and make a headline out of that. Someone who knows the coach of Kai Rooney says he's got a temper.
Oh dear, fuck the Sun. But hang on a minute, Brown Knight, we're not done yet. Where are you going? Don't say that. No, we're not winning the Premier League. I get to say it. Shush. Right, Barry, closing thoughts then.
Some very, very good football, but it's not okay to play great football between minutes 25 and 84. You need to play good. You need to be solid for all 90 minutes. And against a lesser team, we may have had bigger problems. So on the plus side, great going forward. And what I really enjoyed in this game was the link-up play between the midfield and the front runners. But defensive frailties, a bad error by the goalkeeper and conceding another goal from a set piece against a team that had only scored 5 goals before this and only 1 goal from open play. So we need to shore that up. And again, I think Mark would be proud of me when I say we need to start the game off quicker. And against Leeds, whom I'm expecting us to thrash on the weekend, we need to start the game off more solidly, that's for sure. But all in all, I enjoyed the performance. There was some great football tonight. We need to build on it. We're not the complete item. There's still a bit of disconnect here and there. And I still think he's a bit unsure into his best 11. No doubt he'll tinker with it for the Leeds game. But heck, we're right up there in the mix. And we can't complain about that. And we really have seen some football, as the song goes, playing football the Busby way, that's for sure, with some good wide play and some good pace in the team. And that is what we need. Teams don't like pace, and we need to see more of that.
Very well put, everyone. Get your likes in now, because I'm about to close off the show. So, how should we sum that up then? It was a routine game that wasn't very routine. We started very slowly, and then it became about 60, 70 minutes of just normal play. We didn't struggle, we weren't threatened, and it was like, oh well, wow, it's a win, it's another win, and we're winning away from home again. As the sun goes, what was it? Oh, what good it is to see United win away. What a feeling that is. 10 wins on the bounce away from home. We have one of the best away records in Europe right now. We're probably the most formed team away from home in the league. And it's another 3 points to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And whether you like him or not, he's keeping pace with the rest of the league. Everyone dropped points this weekend. This midweek. Everyone dropped points apart from Liverpool. Everyone around us is making it easier for us to catch up. And for once, United did not miss out on an opportunity to gain some ground. And this makes us, 2 points away from Spurs in second. Beat Leeds on the weekend. We all hate Leeds. And we're right in the mix. And you can't count us out just yet, whether you like it or not. Put your agenda aside. Get on the bus. We're having fun. There's a title parade coming soon. The title chase is on. What else can we say? Oh, wait, I didn't pick my man of the match. Pogba, world class today. I thought he was fantastic. This is what we expect from Paul Pogba, and we don't see it enough. Whether this has anything to do with what Raiola has been saying in the media, I don't know. But if he's going to put in performances like that, I really don't care. Do it and do your thing later on wherever you want to go. But yeah, thank you for joining us on this post-match reaction. We will be going live straight away on the player rating, so don't go anywhere because we've got even more for you. And yeah, to end the show, make sure to like the video, make sure to comment what you made of it, make sure to share, make sure to subscribe if you haven't, because if you haven't, what on earth are you doing? And make sure you subscribe because we are going to have a massive party when we win the league in 2021. 21 in 21. The title chase is still on, ladies and gents, in a bit.